What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today we're taking a look at a couple of traditionals from Roastcraft Blades. Shouldn't be any surprise for you guys. You know that these are quite abundant in the pass around. These are some of their latest offerings. I'm actually getting them at a relatively early pace, so these are still currently available, even on like traditional pocket knives. So I will have them linked down below if they are still available at the time of uploading. So it's, you know, the way I do my uploads and the way I do my filming stuff isn't always the same from filming to uploading. So I will try to locate these and put the links down below, but if they're not available, just be patient. They'll come back available. These things aren't limited edition or anything like that. They will come back. So let's go ahead and get the boxes out of the way. You guys don't need to see that. What we're wanting to see is the blades themselves. So we have two of the smelliest Roastcrafts I have had in my possession. Just kidding. The name itself is, this is the Stinking Creek Sowbelly. We'll go ahead and start with the Stag one first. It's the more expensive one. All the specs and stuff are pretty similar, are pretty much the same. So we'll not have to go too far with that. Let me just get a rag over here so I can wipe the schmutz off of the blades. But yeah, these are not my favorites, but you guys are probably going to understand that when you look at them. Yeah, the ratios and stuff are a little off for me as far as the pull weight and having just that single nail nick, little things like that. But that being said, I do like them pretty pretty well. They're just, again, they're not my favorite Roastcraft that I've released or that I've seen released. You're looking at a 2.7 inch blade, 6.6 overall, and 2.2 ounces. It says that's the same weight on both of them, but I'm actually going to check because I think the Stag is heavier. It feels heavier anyway. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. So the Stag is 3.3 ounces, and the wood one is showing at 3 ounces. So I'm not sure where the weight is coming from on the website. Now, granted, I was checking that on TPK's website, so 3.3 ounces on this one, and then the Sandalwood that we'll see in a minute is 3 ounces. So just a little bit of a difference in weight there. Feeling them, I was like, there's no way that was 2 ounces. But yeah, so typical stuff with Roastcraft, just you know, in a different shape, a different size here. So we'll go ahead and jump in, take a look at this Stag. It is a beautiful Stag. They do a fantastic job with their pins, as we've talked about before, even on the Stag, where they're able to get these pins super flush. On a natural material, that is kind of hard. We have no real snags. Of course, there's always going to be a few little here and there on natural material where it's not perfectly smooth on the transitions, but they do, again, they do a fantastic job with their fit and finish and their quality control. No issues with that whatsoever. Let's check our spring height, and it's perfectly flush. Perfectly flush. Take a look at their blade. Standard clip point blade here. Usual fare from from standard clip point blade here. Usual fare from Roastcraft. Standard nail nick, and of course they're a satin blade. There you have your typical markings. There's a little China sticker that does come off. Now these are pretty early in the pass around, so they are still very fresh on their D2. And take a look at that tip if we can. And tip looks good from what I can tell. Again, that same recipe that you get from Roastcraft, where you've got the sharpening choil, and the plunge grind is pretty good. So the plunge grind does end there towards the end of the sharpening choil, so you got plenty of life to sharpen. Again, your gapping and everything is really good on here. There's no massive gaps or anything. This looks like there is one there, but that's just a dark spot in the bone in the Stag, so no issues there whatsoever. Pull strength on these is pretty tight. They have the nail nick is pretty far down, but it is still a bit more difficult to get pulled out there. The Stag feels good in the hand. It does feel the hand up pretty well, just because it is a thicker handle material. So it does give you a little more to grab hold of there with that Stag. Good walk and talk, typical stuff again with Roastcraft. Now I do like the Sandalwood version better, just because it's a thinner handle. it does allow me to get in there and get a pinch on the blade. I don't have to use my nails. So this one I do personally like more than the Stag. It doesn't feel the hand quite the same, but it does still feel pretty doggone good in the hands. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at the Sandalwood nice and up close. Now this Sandalwood does take fingerprints because it is a polished wood material. So let's get it cleaned up a little bit too here. So there you go. You have your club shield and nickel silver on pretty much everything, brushed stainless. Again, all of your gapping, everything is as normal with these guys. It's nothing out of the ordinary, no proud pins. Let's check that half stop. Spring height on half stop is perfect. Full open, perfect. Again, same clip point. Same everything. Sharpening looks exactly the same. Check that tip again. Yeah, that tip. The tip is a little off on this one. So you can see that. There we go. There we can see that. So you got a little more of a grind. Your height is a little higher here on this grind than it is on this grind. You can even see that. Oh, come on now, focus camera. There you go. So you can see how you actually can see the termination of the grind there. And then on this side, it terminates up on the actual spine of the blade. So just a little bit of a difference there. Nothing terrible. We've seen that before on a great many knives. Whoa, too far. There we go. So no big deal whatsoever. But again, I do like this one better just because I'm able to do a pinch pull on the blade. But again, in the hand, feels phenomenal. Either side, because it's a traditional. It doesn't matter. No pocket clip. I do like the Sowbelly pattern here. This is a pretty nice pattern. Gives that little bit of a curvature to allow it to set and rest in your hand. And when you got that 50-50 grip, it does work really well. You got plenty to hold on to, and you still have plenty of power to get behind your cuts. So another pretty sweet knife from... I can pinch pull this one too, so I just wasn't getting in there hard enough, but I can grab a hold and do a pinch pull on this one too. So there you go. If that's one where you're, if that's one of your, things where you have to be able to do a pinch pull, you can still do that on there. Even with my fat hands, I'm able to get in there. So all in all, not too shabby. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.